Parent Entrepreneur Power, conversation number 148.
Parent Entrepreneur Power.
Wait, what? Entrepreneur Power!
This is the podcast for parents juggling the tough choices required for success in business while putting family first. Hi, I'm Mary Catherine Johnson, and I share the ups and downs and dirty truths of profits and potty training while chatting with successful parent entrepreneurs from all walks of life. Are you powered up? Hey there, Power Parents. Guess who? Mary Catherine Johnson, and this is another special episode. Now, if you're interested in actually seeing me during this podcast, just go to the show notes because I have a video that I've made for this particular podcast episode, and I'd love to share it with you if you're interested. Go to parententrepreneurssuccess.com/PEP148. So, in the meantime, let's get to the subject. Now, all right, let me tell you really quickly. This is the week of Thanksgiving, okay? Thanksgiving, and it's 2016. So that means it is November 21st. And I am sitting in my home office with the fall day outside, and I'm wearing my Hogwarts shirt. Now, if you can't see me, you don't know what I'm talking about, but I got a Hogwarts shirt when we were in London this summer from Platform 9 3/4. It's on my sleeve somewhere. Oh, there it is. And I love this shirt, but I'm wearing it specifically today because my family and I are going to see Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I am people think they're Harry Potter nerds. I am definitely a Harry Potter nerd. No, I don't have a collection of Harry Potter dolls in my house or wands or anything like that. I love the content. I love the writing. I love the books. I love the message. I have read them and listened to the audiobooks. I am part of Pottermore.com. If you haven't heard of that, go check it out. It's pretty incredible. But I just love this message, and my boys know that. My husband knows that, and they have come on this journey with me. Now, what does that have to do with what I'm talking about today? Hang on, because today I'm really talking about three entrepreneurial identity tools. You know, I've been talking about that quite a bit lately, that will help you create your best year ever for your business and your family. Okay, that's what this is about. So hang on, here we go. I've been learning online business tactics and techniques, tools, for about 13 years now. You know that, right? If you've listened to this. And I've had some success, definitely. I've continued learning and searching, really because I never fully felt that I'd arrived. Okay, so I love learning, so I continued learning and continued exploring. But I also didn't feel like my knowledge was complete enough to just hit the ground running and just go and apply it. Until about 6 months ago. Because I felt kind of like something had to be missing because I was compelled to keep searching. But 6 months ago is when I found the one thing that was missing. Call it confidence, call it focus, call it self-esteem. Really, it was a willingness to acknowledge that part of myself that was actually the obstacle. And here's what I mean. So I'm in 2 mastermind groups, one with 3 other guys and the other with just 1 woman. I had my weekly mastermind call with my woman friend just this morning, and I've never met this woman in person, but I've known her for almost 2 years now, actually more than 2 years now. And I've shared some pretty personal information with her and she with me. We've cried together because we've really helped each other through a lot. But I've never met her. It's just crazy how that is. This morning, I had to call her on her shift. She has an amazing project she's been working on for over a year. and it's launching in the beginning of December. Once it launches, she'll need to find another project. And she just said to me during our call this morning, I just don't know who to talk to. Now, that was bull. She is one of the most resourceful, intelligent, business and online knowledgeable people I know. She was just scared. At least that's what I felt. She had created a cocoon for herself within which she was working on this project for over a year. And she was afraid to break out of that cocoon and let the beautiful butterfly out to find nectar again. We're all, most often, our own obstacles. And I want you to change that right now. Now, I need you to write down all the reasons you feel you aren't where you should be in your health, in your family situation, or your business, or all three. Just write them down. Write down what you feel is the reason you haven't reached your goals yet. Okay, let's go through them. All typical, all I have said. At one time or another, typically both, one time and another. So what is it? I don't have time. I don't have enough money. I need to learn more. My partner, parents, friends, they don't support me. It's too hard. I don't know how. I'm too busy. I don't know where to start. I can't afford help. Okay, any of these ringing a bell? Yeah, write your own down. Because, okay, now wait a minute. I'm not going to psychoanalyze you, all right? You're going to do that for yourself because every successful person in life has the same amount of time, the same amount of difficulty, the same amount of knowledge, the same family circumstances, all those things that you have. And they're crushing it. So those things are excuses. So I asked my friend, what's really holding you back? After a few tears, and after she pushed back at me a little bit with those tears, she finally came to the center. My mastermind friend told me that she was always picked last for everything at school. Sports groups, group projects, all those things. And she was always afraid she was going to make a fool of herself. The thing is, this woman has got it going on. She knows the ins and outs of how to present to her audience. And she blows me away with her knowledge of how to source, discover, and present and sell to the exact right person in her niche. So when she told me, I just don't know who to talk to, I knew it was bullshit. Even if there was a possibility that she would present the completely wrong solution to the completely wrong person, that person isn't 10 years old and won't point at her and laugh like she just peed her pants, right? The protections she placed around herself when she was a child are still in place today, even though the things that she needed protection from as a little girl will never happen to her as an adult. That person she might present the wrong solution to, they might look at her like, who the hell are you? But the only thing that touches is that 10-year-old that is afraid of someone doing exactly that. She's not 10 anymore. If that person does that, it doesn't hurt her core. It doesn't hurt her as an adult, right? So let me say that again. The protections you placed around yourself when you were a child are still in place today, even though the things you needed protection from as a little kid will never happen to you as an adult. I know that about you. If you're listening to this podcast right now, chances are you listen to quite a few others, right? And those are probably in the same genre as Parent Entrepreneur Power. So you know online business tactics. Knowledge is not the issue. Implementation is the issue. Action is the issue. Inability to take action is the issue. Fear is the issue. It always comes down to some kind of fear. And you can probably trace that fear back to when you were a kid. So without knowing your personal fears, I'm here to tell you that I'm reasonably certain you don't need protection from them while building a business or while losing weight or while relating to your significant other or your children. You are in complete control of your choices now. So I'm going to get to those 3 things you can do right now to help yourself get over yourself. But hang on for one more story because this one's personal. When I was young, if I was vulnerable or wasn't prepared and didn't guard against my father's potential bad mood, I could get caught in the potential actions that resulted from that bad mood, like getting smacked if I chewed my gum too loudly, or being beat with a belt if I didn't clean the house properly before he came home from work. So I developed an intuition and the ability to anticipate what might happen. My protection was the ability to foresee the resolution of several different outcomes in response to several vulnerable situations. I continued doing this as an adult, okay? I wouldn't act unless I anticipated and developed plans around several possibilities in my situation, in my business. In reality, this is a valuable skill, but not when it prevents me from being proactive and not when it comes from a place of fear of what might happen, like when I was a child. I'm an adult, and my business or personal vulnerability will not result in physical harm of myself or my family. I no longer need fear being vulnerable. I no longer need to anticipate every scenario for fear I might be hurt. I am in complete control of my choices, my actions, and my responses. That knowledge and acceptance that I was the one creating my own obstacles has totally freed me to soar, and the exhilaration is palpable. And I'm so grateful for those experiences. Truly, I am, because they've taught me how powerful I really am. So if I consider and think about how powerful I was for the last 13 years in online business, even with those obstacles, can you imagine how powerful I will be without them? My business can soar to success, and yours can too. We might fall, yes, but we won't die because of this kind of fall. So let go and listen up. Focus on these 3 things now, and your upcoming year will be the best year ever. Okay, a couple of these things you've heard me talk about before, but not from this angle, so listen up. The first one you heard me talk about already, entrepreneurial identity. But I cannot stress this enough, and I'm going to add a new little twist, okay, to help you even further. All right, the first one is, basically when we talk about entrepreneurial identity, what we're talking about is knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt. Yes, I did go to jury duty recently. Anyway, knowing exactly who you serve, how you serve them, and what transformation they have after you have given them this amazing service. Okay, so basically complete this statement, and I'm going to add a little twist to it at the end, so listen up. All right, so I help blank with blank so they can blank even though blank. Okay, you got that? I help. Okay, so who do you help? Who do you serve? How do you serve them? And how does their life transform after your service? And how can you help them even if they have this objection? That's the last little twist. So what are they going to say? Even if, so let's say this. Let's take myself. Okay, I help parents of toddlers to teens with their entrepreneurial identity so they can create the family and financial freedom they desire, even if they don't have time because they're homeschooling their kids, even if they work a 9-to-5 job already and pick up their kids from daycare, even if they have a disabled child, even if their significant other isn't quite on board, even if they have debt. Do you see where I'm going? All of those obstacles I have helped overcome for people, because those are just limitations. Those are the obstacles I just talked about that they've put up for themselves, and they're real. I'm not discounting them. These are real obstacles. These are things that we say we can't do something because of someone else, and that's usually what we're using, even though it's really just our obstacle. Because I've known many people who've built successful businesses, even if their significant other doesn't approve. And you're looking at one right now. Even if they have a disabled child, even if they work a 9-to-5 job. Okay. All those things I have overcome, and you can too. So that's the difference in this entrepreneurial identity. That's the difference. Who do you help? How do you help them? And what transformation do they have, even if they have these obstacles? Okay. So number one, if you don't have that, if you don't answer that question as detailed and focused as possible, you will struggle for quite a long time until you do. Or you will quit because no one will be responding and you'll go off and try and find something else. That's what will happen if you don't answer that one question. All the business acumen you can have, you could be a CPA, you could be an attorney, you could know business, the debits and credits, the how to market, how to do this, you could know all that. But if you don't answer that question and know your niche really, really well, and that focused, you will either not be successful or you will quit and find something else because nobody's responding. Okay. All right. So there's the first thing. There's number one, entrepreneurial identity. You've heard me talk about it before. Do it if you haven't already, and add that little obstacle at the end. Okay. Figure out what they're going to say, and you will be able to have a response to it because you've probably handled it yourself. Okay. All right. Number two, this conversation with this man that I had on this podcast was really powerful for me. And it had me come to the conclusion that the second thing you have to realize in order to be successful this coming year and get out of your own way is that moments matter. Moments matter, not the big things, the little moments. Every moment matters. And the podcast I'm talking about, go listen to my conversation with Dave Sanderson. It's parententrepreneurssuccess.com/PEP138. He is one of the survivors of the landing on the Hudson, okay? The movie Sully that was just released a few months ago, and I really enjoyed that movie. But listen to that conversation and you'll hear what I mean by moments matter. And the way we handle moments matter here at Parent Entrepreneur Power, and you power parents handle it, is by two things within this category. You power your morning and you schedule everything. You schedule those moments. So you know what power your morning means, power your day. P stands for peace. I meditate, okay? I have one of my clients who is a meditation guru, and I'm getting deeper in meditation that I've never, ever knew possible. Even with chanting, and I mean, it's incredible. Okay, so I won't get into that. But anyway, peace. How do you define peace? For me, it's meditation. O is openness. O is openness. It is being open to what's coming next. It's being open to what you're doing. What is something that you have to do that you haven't done before or you're not as comfortable with. Visualize yourself doing that and you will be open to it. W, who, what, and why. Who needs your love, your attention, your focus, your patience today? Write them down, keep them top of mind. And it might be yourself. Most times it is. What are the top three things? What are the top three money-making activities, actions you need to do today to move your business forward? And I would ask you to really look at your own self as an obstacle to help determine what those money-making actions are. Okay? What? Why? Why the heck are you doing this? Why the heck are you getting up every morning, coming to your computer, or coming home from a tough day at work and putting the kids to bed and sitting down at your computer at 10 o'clock at night to work on this business? Why are you doing that? Really be focused on that. And E is for exercise every day, even if it's just walking the dogs. And R is for reading. That is really my time to further my knowledge. And I'm spending less and less time in that, seriously, because I've realized I got my power already. All the mechanics I can figure out pretty quickly. It's the obstacle stuff that I had to get over. All right. So that's your power for your day. Do those things and you will start your day off right. Okay. Now schedule. When I mean moments matter, let me tell you, my 18-year-old son was recently in a car accident. Okay. He was driving to school on the freeway and it was stop and go traffic, and he was stopped and the guy behind him didn't. Now he is wonderful. He is well. He is not injured in the slightest. So I am so thankful, so grateful. His car is not, and to date has $16,000 worth of damage. Yeah. So, but moments matter, because that morning he was rushed. I gave him, something for breakfast, probably a bagel with some cream cheese on it, and said, "See you later. Have a nice day." And wasn't able to really spend much time with him. And yes, in the morning that happens, and I'm not going to say that's never going to happen, and I'm going to worry about him leaving and might get in a car accident, so I've got to spend time with him. No, what I'm meaning is, in that previous week, in the entire previous week, things had gotten away from us, and he would be more often than not in his room doing his own thing, and I would be out in the rest of the house doing my own thing, and we didn't really set aside any moment to connect. That's what I mean by moments matter. Take the time to connect. Don't let life just become robotic and routine so that you don't take time to connect. And during that week before that accident, that was what was happening. And I hadn't connected with him very much. That's going to stop, obviously. It was a wake-up call. So don't wait for someone to get in a car accident to have that wake-up call, because it might not end up as well as mine did. And it doesn't matter whether they get in an accident or not. The moments matter, and you want to connect with the ones you love as often as possible. Okay? So that was the second thing that will make your year beyond belief. Moments matter. Use them. And to that end, I have scheduled in, because I know my son's schedule as well, I have scheduled in time to connect with him on the days I know he will be home, and when I know he has homework and performances and all that kind of stuff. So I schedule it in on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which are his slow days. I take time out of my day to actually have lunch with him. That's it. It's on my schedule. So that's in that moments matter. Do your power morning routine and schedule the moments that matter to you. Schedule them, because time gets away from us. We know it. Okay. The third thing that will power your year and make it the best ever is an actual event that is scheduled to do that. And it is designed to do that. It is the 5 Days to Your Best Year Ever by Michael Hyatt. Now, I participated in this last year, and yeah, it basically started me on this path. A couple of things from Michael Hyatt started me on this path. The first one was Platform University. And I'm here to tell you now, no, I am not an affiliate of Platform University. At least I don't believe so. I'll have to go look on my resources page, but I don't have a special link that I'm going to give you here and all that kind of stuff to go to Platform University. That's not what I'm talking about. That experience opened me up to networking with people I had never known before, and to this day still have relationships with. But now I'm talking about the 5 Days to Your Best Year Ever. Now, basically, what happens with this is you're transforming your life, transforming your 2017 in just 5 days. So there are specific things you do in those 5 days. And it starts before the actual event starts. It starts with an ebook. And basically, you have to change your mindset. Just like I've been talking about in this podcast episode, this is really all about mindset. It's about your mental attitude, your mental altitude, your mental outlook. Whatever words strike you, it's all in our minds. It starts there. And you have to change your mindset about your goals for this coming year. You have to change your mindset about what's possible and not just say the same New Year's resolutions that you've said every year. Like, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I'm not going to eat chocolate. I'm not going to procrastinate. I'm not going to miss a date night. I mean, all the things that we've said. How many times over how many new years? This is the year that I'm going to finally be successful in my business. This is the year it's going to be different. I'm going to fly. I mean, I can't tell you how many years that I've started off the new year saying, I can feel it. I'm so close. I'm so close. Just that one thing's going to push me over the edge. Well, for me, I've finally found that one thing and shared it with you today. It starts with you. Get out of your own way. Do that first before you set any of these other New Year's resolutions. And one of the tools, I've already given you 2 tools that you can use to get out of your own way, right? The entrepreneurial identity and moments matter. This is the third, okay? This is the third because you have to look at these goals differently. Now, if you want to use, and basically what Michael Hyatt's done is he's helped you use the same strategies to kick your year off right as people like Marie Forleo and Chalene Johnson and Tony Robbins, for criminy sakes. And the way he started this process with an ebook showing you how those people and many others that I'm sure you know, how they start their year off. It just starts with the ebook and it builds from there. You can get this ebook. It's free. And I have a special link for you there. I do. It's called parententrepreneurssuccess.com/5 days. Go to that link, get the ebook, opt in for the ebook, and that's the beginning of this process. The next thing that will happen is he actually has a quiz for you. He actually has an assessment of how you look at goals and how you look at goal setting and how you can change that to finally make a difference in the way you set your goals for the coming year and not just keep saying the same things over and over again. Figure out your entrepreneurial identity and schedule your moments that matter. Do those 3 things and your year will be beyond belief. But it starts, the precursor, if you will. What is it what protection have you put around yourself that has become your obstacle to success, that has become your excuse? What is that? Once you figure that out, then your entrepreneurial identity, your scheduling moments that matter, and your 5 days to your best year ever will fall into place and will be the fuel to create the success that you're looking for in 2017. And I have to tell you that each of those things, not being able to do those things for several years in the past, I am so grateful to that. I'm so grateful. And, you know, I just have to think this is Thanksgiving week in the United States. If you're not in the United States, you're not celebrating probably Thanksgiving week like we are. But Thanksgiving's a pretty big time to reflect and be thankful for things. And I am thankful to my father. So very thankful, because I wouldn't be who I am without those experiences. I wouldn't have these amazing skills, these anticipation skills, this intuition that I have developed. The difference is I no longer have those skills. I no longer use those skills from a place of fear. I no longer use those skills because I'm afraid of what might happen, of being hurt. I know I won't be hurt. I know I can use those skills effectively, efficiently, and I'm so grateful that I have them. I know the things that make you that are your obstacles as well. You will be grateful for them once you look at them from that perspective. And once you do, my friends, oh my goodness, your year will be incredible. So, seriously, I so believe that you need to do this, that I'm willing to give away my time for free. I hope I got your attention with that. But only to those few brave people who actually take action. Okay? So, if you're one of those brave souls, let me just break it down for you. Go to parententrepreneurssuccess.com/5 days. Get the ebook. Opt in to download the ebook. Then go to Twitter and tweet me at ParentEPower. Tell me you got the ebook. I'll put you in a special list and you have some free stuff coming your way. If you want to also download the worksheet for your entrepreneurial identity and the Power Your Morning, Power Your Day, and scheduling your moments, those are free to you as well. But you need to go to the show notes page with this podcast, parententrepreneurssuccess.com/PEP148. And that'll be waiting for you. Now, I know I've covered a lot of personal stuff this time. I'm so glad to. I'm so grateful to be able to have this venue in which to share the things that I've learned and the things that many other people have learned. And I so hope that it helps you change your life because it's changed mine. So, you know how I end it. You know how we always end every episode. Enjoy the journey. To get powered up for your day, just go to parententrepreneur.power.com and listen to any one of the over 100 episodes we've had so far with amazing entrepreneurs just like you. It might just help you feel like a grown-up again. To get powered up for your day, just go to parententrepreneur.power.com and listen to any one of the over 100 episodes we've had so far with amazing entrepreneurs just like you. It might just help you feel like a grown-up again.